Minecraft. Probably the most known game out there, and the one game a lot of people, including me, have grown up with. Today, I will share my experience with the game, from when I first started playing on Xbox 360 Edition 10 years ago, to today, where I am still mining and crafting all these years later. Will you care what this tuxedoed idiot has to say about a game you already know everything about? Probably not. But hey, buckle in, and maybe I can give you an insight as to just how special this not-so-simple game about blocks truly is. Before I start, I want to make a quick disclaimer, so skip to this timestamp if you want to save some time. It has to be known that this video is heavily inspired by the YouTuber Jschlatt's tribute to Minecraft. I highly suggest you check out his video linked in the description before you watch this one, considering you wouldn't be watching this right now if that video didn't exist. Also, I'm mainly used to recording smaller videos under a minute long, so I sincerely apologize if this video isn't the best in terms of organization and pacing. But with that being said, let's get into it. October of 2012, little 9-year-old Knight was chilling with his friends in his 3rd grade art class. I don't remember the specific day, obviously, but I recall that it was a Friday because our art teacher, Mrs. Gomez, let us draw whatever we wanted to on Free Draw Friday. My one friend Josh started drawing an Enderman, who at the time, I literally just thought was Slenderman. Listen, before this, I would just watch PewDiePie play Slender and Happy Wheels on YouTube, so cut me some slack. Now me, being the brainless little 3rd grader that strictly played Club Penguin and Roblox, said, no, I don't know what it is. That was when my entire friend group and half the class all turned around and looked at me like I was a zombie. I swear, I felt like I was a deer in the middle of the woods that was about to get capped by some hungry rednecks. Josh then criticized me for not knowing what Minecraft was and proceeded to fling his art supplies at me and curse me out in front of the class. No, this didn't actually happen, but that would definitely make the story a hell of a lot more interesting now, wouldn't it? How have you not heard of Minecraft? Holy shit, how dense are you? Another one of my friends then asked if I heard of a game called Terraria, and me, trying not to get crucified even more, I said, yeah, I've heard of it, but never played it. Yeah, I never actually heard of Terraria either back then. What are you gonna do, sue me? So my friends told me that it's kinda like Terraria. They really did say that, thinking it helped me, when little did they know my ass just kinda sat there like an idiot, still not having a single fucking clue as to what Minecraft is. I feel like I should mention that my ego when I was a kid was absolutely massive. To me, you weren't allowed to have an opinion. In my mind, what I thought was right, and no one else was allowed to have different thoughts than me. It was essentially, whatever I say is the best, and if you don't like it, then I'll make you like it. I know, I was a toxic little kid. So when I found out about Minecraft, I refused to believe that it was anywhere near as good as Roblox or Club Penguin. Now, at the time, those were the 2 games I played the most. I started saying all this stuff about how Roblox was the best game that ever existed, and I even remembered bringing up the fact that Roblox came out first, and since they told me Minecraft was a sandbox game, I retorted saying that they copied Roblox. Keep in mind, I had never even heard of Minecraft prior to this, so I was arguing against something I knew absolutely nothing about. But I'm not going to lie to you, even though I was trashing Minecraft, a game I knew nothing about, my interest started to slowly rise. After I got home from school that fateful day, I hopped onto the Xbox 360 store and found Minecraft just so I could see what it looked like. Immediately, my first thought was that the graphics looked like ass, which is pretty rich coming from a professional Roblox gamer. I decided to do my typical strut up to my mother and put on my devilish little smile to indicate that I wanted something. I explained to my mom about this cool game called Minecraft where I can build and explore a sandbox world full of blocks. For somebody that was just hating on Minecraft a few hours prior, I really talked it up to my mom like it was the holy grail. Just so you know, I was slightly spoiled as a kid. My aunt showered me in gifts every holiday and I had every single Lego Batman set you can think of. After a lot of convincing, my mom finally caved in and bought me Minecraft. And so, a few credit card numbers and one transaction later, I began my journey into a world full of blocks. That menu screen. Seeing it load up made me feel something. I don't know, it's a feeling that's so hard to describe. The music, the creative and well-written caption under the main title, everything about it just seemed welcoming. Like a normal individual, I started off with the tutorial. When I first loaded into the blocky landscape, the first thing I noticed was the very large Minecraft sign towering over the starting area. Ever since then, the iconic image of that sign has been burned into my head. Just by looking at that sign, it really showed me the true potential that you can achieve with just a bunch of cubes. To me, that Minecraft sign was like the Hollywood sign, and I wanted to build something cool just like that. Immediately, I was addicted to the gameplay. It was seriously unlike anything I've ever played at the time. The crafting was complicated at first for my 9-year-old brain, but became very simple once I got used to it. It was so simple, in fact, that 10 years later, I still struggle with some of the crafting recipes since I can't just tap A to make an item. Embarrassing, I know. With a ton of motivation and inspiration behind me, I completed the tutorial, eager to move on and do my own thing. Now, I don't know if anyone else did this, but I just kept playing on the world even after I finished the tutorial. I just couldn't stop playing. Most people lived in dirt huts on their first time playing. Me? I broke into a village and made that my home. I found every music disc hidden around the map and even discovered the hidden nether portal. My first experience with the nether was, well, let's just say it wasn't a pleasant one. Just like that, I was hooked. In the span of 24 hours, I went from not knowing what Minecraft was and trashing it for no reason, to playing it non-stop every single day for months on end. By the way, the next time I saw my friends, I looked like a clown in front of all of them because I admitted to them I was wrong about what I said, and that was the first time I ever felt emotionally vulnerable. I loved Minecraft so much that I even wrote about it in a school project I had to do. I essentially had to make a box and write about 3 of my favorite things. 9-year-old me chose wrestling, Pokemon, and of course, Minecraft. Amongst all the spelling errors and false information, including me stating that Pablo Picasso invented the cube, I laid the foundation of a dream. I wrote that I wanted to make videos like Sky Does Minecraft and DanTDM. Well, didn't that age like rotten milk? Yeah, one of those idols wasn't the best choice, but we'll talk about him later. As soon as the new year came around, something tragic happened, which kickstarted a new, yet brief Minecraft experience for me. Sometime around early 2013, I lost access to my old Xbox 360 account. It's a long story, but I was basically locked out of my account, causing me to lose all my digital games, including Minecraft. Needless to say, I was devastated. All my hard work, all the worlds I worked on for months, gone. In just one day, they were snapped out of existence. At this point, I was so fed up with the idea of playing Minecraft, I told myself I was just going to take a backseat when it came to actually playing the game. Did I hold up to that? Hell no, of course I didn't. So on May 15th, 2013, I bought Minecraft Pocket Edition. Now, you might have heard of Minecraft Lite, which was a free but limited version of Pocket Edition. Remember when I said I was spoiled as a kid? Yeah, I never even played Minecraft Lite. Sure, I remember seeing it on the App Store, but my entitled little ass wouldn't settle for anything less than that $7 price tag. The one thing that caught my eye when I first loaded up the mobile version of Minecraft for the first time was the fact that there wasn't just a lack of hunger bars, but just an overall lack of content in general. I got butthurt. Yep. I got salty because a mobile app didn't have as much content as a whole console. However, something that did intrigue me that wasn't on the Xbox 360 was this thing, the Nether Reactor Core. I swear, there are times now that I refuse to believe this block actually existed and that it was just a dream I had. But nope, this thing was real and it did exist. Being that Pocket Edition was so much more restricted than its PC and Xbox counterparts, it didn't actually have a full-on nether. That's where this bad boy comes into play. In order to use it, you had to build a structure around the core using cobblestone and gold blocks. Once the core was activated, it would turn a deep crimson red color and summon a tower of netherrack filled with fire, zombie pigmen, and other normal nether droppings. You want to know my first experience with this stupid thing? My first ever world on Pocket Edition was a very small and condensed map with a desert in the corner at the world border. I still didn't know how to build well, so my base was in the corner of the world, a couple blocks underground, and was seriously just held together by sandstone. I had no idea what the nether reactor core actually did. I thought it was just going to, you know, take me to the nether. What ended up happening was my base getting destroyed by the damn thing, causing me to lose everything I had. Although the nether reactor core sent my temper through the roof after losing everything I had loved, the final part of my Minecraft Pocket Edition journey was far from uneventful. Back in the day, one of the biggest rumors that circulated around both the elementary school playground and the internet was Herobrine. I'm not going to dive too deep into the lore of him because mostly everyone knows about this guy. All you need to know is, ooh, spooky Steve. Herobrine haunted everyone's nightmares as a kid. You know the cave sounds that play when you go underground? I thought it was Herobrine coming to kill me. I would just stand in front of the entrance of a cave and take off once it turned nighttime. Turns out, I wasn't the only one afraid of him either. My two childhood friends, who I'll call Nick and Jack, had their timbers shivered as well. So let's put 2 and 2 together, shall we? What did I, the massive troll known as Nightwing7974, do to his two friends who were scared out of their minds about Herobrine? I pranked the hell out of them. And boy, was it hilarious. I went around my world destroying tree leaves and leaving random signs saying cheesy yet threatening phrases such as, "I'm always watching you," and "I will tear the flesh from your bones." I cannot be the only one who pulled the Herobrine is real prank on their friends or siblings. Way back when, people TP'd houses and flung eggs at them as a practical joke. But nah, in the 2010s, we did Herobrine trolling. They were skeptical at first, accusing me of placing the signs beforehand, but I knew I succeeded when they saw the last sign had their full names plastered on it. For some reason, that freaked them out more than anything and traumatized them for a good few days. But that was really it for my time on Pocket Edition. It was very short-lived, but I learned a lot. When I logged back into it years later, it was a lot more like actual Minecraft. The nether reactor core was removed, there was an actual nether dimension, and overall the version actually felt mostly complete. It was also around this time that I started to explore what Minecraft was like outside of the game itself, and remarkably, I found a whole new side to the game that I fell in love with. Up until this point, I had barely explored the realm of Minecraft content. I exclusively watched Smosh, PewDiePie, and some Pokemon Let's Play channels. I remember the first ever Minecraft video I watched quite well. It was an episode of Cops and Robbers from Team Crafted. Coincidentally, this was when I first started cursing. I didn't know how bad those words truly were until I said them in front of my mom one day and I got a mouthful of soap. But that didn't stop this little edgelord, oh no, so I started to say them when I knew she wasn't around. I thought it was cool because I wanted to be just like the people I watched on YouTube. This was at a time where I wasn't in the best living conditions, so being able to come home from school and laugh at a bunch of idiots screaming at each other was the one time where I was at peace. Moving on from the chaos that was Cops and Robbers, I soon discovered the best type of content when I found Minecraft parodies. The first Minecraft song I ever listened to was Revenge from CaptainSparklez. I never even heard of the original version of the song before I listened to Revenge, and that was the case with a bunch of other parodies I listened to as well, which is quite embarrassing. But I will say, Revenge was an absolute bop of a song. Speaking of bops, my mom only let me listen to Kidz Bop music, so listening to Minecraft songs was my first introduction to real music. There would be times where I would just dance around my room singing every lyric to Revenge, but absolutely butchering the rap verse because my small child brain couldn't comprehend a large amount of the words being launched at me at supersonic speed. I kinda consider that the reason as to why I gravitated towards the more epic and slower Fallen Kingdom more as opposed to the fast-paced Revenge. Never in my life have I heard a song that just triggers as much emotions in me as Fallen Kingdom. This song has everything, and in my opinion is the greatest Minecraft parody of all time. The story of a king reminiscing about the kingdom he once ruled and dealing with the loss of his family sends this song over the edge for me. Even the 3 sequel songs are phenomenal in their own way, with Dragonhearted being the best Minecraft song ever in my opinion. So to the amazing CaptainSparklez and the legendary TryHardNinja, thank you so much for saving me from Kidz Bop. Now of course, you had the big Minecraft parodies like the ones I just mentioned, but there were a few hidden gems out there that other people don't appreciate as much as the more popular ones. I'll Make Some Cake was one of the best songs in my opinion, and yet I rarely hear people talk about it. Another Minecraft song that I thought was criminally underrated during the golden age is Redstone Active, a parody of Imagine Dragons' Radioactive. It was so good, as a matter of fact, I even bought it on iTunes back then. Definitely a hidden classic. From Fallen Kingdom to Wrecking Mob, even to that dreaded song I wish never existed, every Minecraft song I have listened to holds a place in my heart, and whenever I play one of them now, I can see the kid version of myself dancing around my room, having a blast. When it came to Minecraft content as a whole, there were quite a few people I primarily watched back in the day, but I watched some more than others. So let's take a look at some of Minecraft's old school YouTubers. We'll start by taking a look at one of my biggest inspirations in my life, the man, the myth, the legend, the Diamond Minecart, DanTDM. I first found Dan through his amazing Diamond Dimensions modded survival series around mid to late 2013. At first, Dan was someone who I watched periodically every once in a while, but really got into his channel when I discovered his mod showcases. Since I only played Xbox 360 edition, mods completely blew my mind. To see my favorite superheroes come to life, or to see tornadoes rip through terrain and toss blocks everywhere, it was completely foreign to me. I was always very sad that I couldn't partake in any modded Minecraft, and that's why I loved Dan's videos. His mod showcases and mod adventures allowed me to experience these amazing additions without needing to play Java Edition. Nostalgia aside, looking back at some of his videos, they were all legitimately well made. His mod adventures followed a storyline each video as Dan and his lab partner Dr. TryHardNinja solved conflicts with mods in a way that was very unique at the time. During this period, mod showcases were something that every Minecraft YouTuber was doing, but yet most of the other mod showcases were not on the same level as Dan's. He also had a few other characters that were featured as well. Dan's dog Grim was fascinating to me, a skeleton dog who was so cool, and the backstory behind him is still one of my favorite videos of his. There was also Craig the Mailman. I'd say the less said about him the better, but I will say there is definitely something off about him. Even though Dan's videos were family friendly, even my younger self was able to tell he was hiding some kind of deep, dark secret. I wonder what that secret was. DanTDM to me was larger than life. I still watch him today whenever I can, and I must say, seeing Dan have kids now, it really does show how much time has passed since I first started watching his channel. It's pretty easy for me to say that I'm forever grateful that I got to spend my childhood in Dan and Dr. TryHardNinja's lab. Popular MMOs was a channel that I would spend literal hours watching. Pat and Jen were the ultimate husband and wife duo of Minecraft. A lot of my YouTube time in 2015 was dedicated to watching their challenge games videos, a mini game that involved both of them opening up lucky blocks which gave the user randomly selected items and scenarios. They would then trade in ores and blocks they received for items they could use to fight different mobs and creatures each episode. Whoever lasted the longest against an increasing wave of enemies won the game. The challenge games was unlike anything else minigame-wise, and combined with amazing hosts, it was the blueprint for what a good Minecraft minigame should be. Hell, I'd go as far as to say that I would consider them the king and queen of the Lucky Block mod. Almost all of their most popular videos feature that iconic question-marked block. The main thing that drew me and many others to their videos, however, was their personalities. Their personalities were just a one-of-a-kind thing that you couldn't find anywhere else on the platform. Pat was very goofy and funny, which paired well with Jen's clueless, adorably innocent nature. Wait, did I say innocent?
Those things, those potions.
Lucky potions.
No, don't play that clip!
Because they're over.
The next best thing to their challenge games series was their Crafting Dead videos. When I wasn't watching the challenge games, I was watching them take on the undead in wonderfully constructed adventures. Unfortunately, though, this series never got a proper conclusion, which still makes me very sad to this day. Everything was going well, but all of what I just said is what made that infamous moment when they broke up all the more difficult for my heart to handle. When Pat and Jen split, the entire Minecraft community was devastated. Although it pained me to see it, I genuinely hoped Pat and Jen had good and peaceful lives moving forward. As the years went on though, Jen ended up getting married again, and this time having a child, which is the primary reason why her and Pat got divorced in the first place. Her life was on the right track, whereas Pat made stupid and dumb decisions that's led to him being arrested multiple times. But regardless, even though we'll most likely never see the true ending to the Crafting Dead, and the challenge games will never feel the same again, these two individuals entertained millions of children worldwide and hooked our hearts with their well-paired personalities. Technoblade. Where do I even begin? I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I was a die-hard Technoblade viewer. I didn't watch his videos as much as I did with other creators, but I feel as though I should include him in this video since he was and still is an inspiration of mine. All those years ago, I knew who Technoblade was, but I never really watched him. It wasn't until 2019 when he started to do things with Jschlatt that I became more familiar with him and his content. I personally haven't watched too much of the Dream SMP. It just isn't my taste of content, but I know Techno was a pretty big part of it. I loved when he would just randomly appear in Jschlatt's videos, so much so that I even bought a few pieces of Technoblade's merch that I cherish a lot more now. I remember watching Techno carry Jschlatt in Minecraft Mondays, and man, that guy's sense of humor was brilliant. Breaking through the wall to grief other players in a build battle, come on, that was priceless. When I first found out about Techno's death, I was in a Discord call with some of my staff team. That's when one of my friends came in and told me to look at his channel. When I first clicked on that video and saw Techno's dad there, I knew what had happened instantly. Even though I was just a casual viewer, hearing this made me cry. Hearing his story, hearing about his final moments and how much he loved what he did as Technoblade, it made me bawl so many tears. I'll also be leaving a donation link to the Sarcoma Foundation of America in the description. It's not much, but I feel as though it's necessary. So I am dedicating this portion of the tribute to Alex, aka Technoblade. You inspired so many people, including me. Rest in peace, Techno. You'll forever be missed. It's time I covered the elephant in the room. This section of the video was meant to be completely different from what you're seeing right now. Skydoes Minecraft was my role model, my hero, and my inspiration. Like I said earlier, the first ever Minecraft video that I watched was from Skydoes Minecraft. I remember it so vividly since it involved Sky locked in a prison cell with Derp Sunday. And if you know about Derp Sunday, you'll know how hilarious this was. Sky and his friends formed a team in late 2013. It was known simply as Team Crafted and was one of the biggest things in the Minecraft community ever. They were easily my favorite YouTube group. They were funny, each member brought something different to the table, and most importantly, they were entertaining. Out of every Minecraft YouTuber I've mentioned in this video, I spent most of my time on Sky's channel. At the time, he was one of very few Minecraft creators that wasn't family friendly. This probably is why I became such an edgelord, because I thought since I watched the one Minecraft YouTuber that swore, I was the coolest kid around. As the years passed, however, he switched to more family-friendly content, and although his content was still somewhat entertaining, it didn't feel the same. It didn't feel like he was himself. It seemed less genuine. Unfortunately, Team Crafted did not last that long either. Rumors and accusations were tossed around, people bumped heads, and tons of drama ensued, causing the team to disband. Little did we know the true extent as to what happened though. In 2017, Sky quit his Minecraft channel. There was drama revolving around his ex-wife and the custody of his child. Once that blew over, there wasn't too much happening with him, but in January of 2022, we found out who the man behind Sky, Adam, truly was. I refuse to dive too deep into the topic out of respect for his victims, but needless to say, my heart completely shattered. The man who I grew up watching, the same man that gave me a second home as a kid, the same man who made me laugh and smile through the toughest point in my life, was revealed to be a manipulative monster. I respected and looked up to Adam. All of that respect was gone in the span of a couple minutes. It pains me that I had to alter this part of the video from a positive perspective, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to remember Sky, the person who made the unbearable parts of my childhood bearable, not Adam. I will remember all the times Sky made me laugh, not Adam. Adam has lost all of my respect, but Sky will forever be in my heart. These are just a few of the YouTubers I watched a lot growing up. There were many, many more, but if I were to talk about each one individually, this video would be way longer than it already is. So here are some YouTubers that I watched, not as much as the ones that I just mentioned, but in my opinion still deserving of a part in this tribute. So thank you to all of these amazing people who also helped raise a generation. Your work will not go unnoticed. I had stuck with Pocket Edition for around 2 or 3 months, but with its limited features and lack of content, I grew bored of it very quickly. At some point, I ended up getting a new Microsoft account and resumed my journey in Minecraft. When I got back on Xbox 360 Edition, however, it was different since I last played. During my leave of absence, they added the End as well as the Ender Dragon boss fight. And boy, let me tell you, back when Totems of Undying were non-existent, back when Diamond was still the strongest armor, this fight was hard. We're so spoiled now with so many things to use against the dragon that it makes this fight feel way too easy. I died to the Ender Dragon so many times to the point where I pretty much gave up. So yes, I actually never beat the Ender Dragon on Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. Shocking, I know. After getting my butt kicked by the Ender Dragon multiple times, I had enough of survival mode. Luckily, there was an alternative mode to Minecraft that I honestly enjoyed more. Creative mode was new for me. This whole time, I was playing survival, the mode that the majority of players tend to play on. Creative, however, was a breath of fresh air. It was a lot more calming and peaceful, whereas survival was a creeper-filled stress mess. This is where I made the most memories playing Minecraft. I was still pretty terrible at building, but this gave me an opportunity to really practice and not worry about running out of materials. I discovered probably the easiest form of building out there, pixel art. Pixel art was something fun and easy for me to do. The first ever pixel art I made was a diamond. It was a very small build, but to me, when I finished that diamond and I walked back, I was so happy. After almost a year of playing Minecraft, I finally built something that looked half decent. Creative mode just had a way bigger impact on me than survival did. The quiet moments, backed by C418's soundtrack, is what was carved into my head. Allow me to get a bit scientific here. Your brain records your memories best when you're younger, hence why the term nostalgia exists in the first place. These memories you make when you're a kid are the ones that you'll remember for the rest of your life. This is why I tend to tell people to make the most out of your childhood, because if you don't, you'll come to regret it when you're older. I would spend hours building everything I could think of. It was the only mode I really played for a straight year. Occasionally, I would dip into a survival world here and there with some friends, but I always cycled back to creative. But just like survival, I got bored eventually. Except this time, I was getting bored of Minecraft as a whole. 2 years. After almost 2 years of playing Minecraft, I started to get bored. Already, I was starting to play the game less and less. When I got an Xbox One for my birthday in 2014, Minecraft became a thing of the past for me. I felt like I did everything I possibly could in the game. I had a world packed full of pixel art and some mediocre houses. I didn't beat the Ender Dragon, and I became decent at building. Now, I didn't really quit Minecraft as a whole. I mean, I still watched some Minecraft content on YouTube, but for me, the golden age of Minecraft was over. In my mind, the golden age of Minecraft ended at the end of 2014. The golden age of Minecraft on YouTube, I feel, lasted longer until the end of 2015. I stopped playing Minecraft for 2 years. At the time when I stopped playing Xbox 360 Edition, I thought I was done with it as a whole. It wasn't until the summer of 2016 when my family took me to an arcade for my birthday that something unexpected happened. I was enjoying my birthday at the arcade, and boy was I loving it. I was nailing 100 points every single time in skee-ball, and I felt like the best kid in there. By the time I was done skee-ballin', I can't feel my lungs. I looked through the prize counter to see what I can afford with my tickets, and I saw Minecraft Xbox One Edition just chilling there in the glass display. So obviously, I just decided, screw it. 20,000 tickets later, I owned Minecraft once again. Who would have known an arcade would have been the reason why I continued to play Minecraft? So after 2 years, I finally returned to the land of the blocks. It wasn't until I reached that menu screen that I realized the true reason as to why I chose to come back to Minecraft. I didn't return for all the new features that were added, and I didn't return because I wanted to build more pixel art. I returned for the music. C418's Minecraft, Volume Alpha, was just mesmerizing. When I first played Minecraft in 2012, I wasn't really focused on the music, let alone even notice it. I was too busy exploring and trying to figure out how to play. It was the late nights that I spent exploring caves and doing tedious tasks like farming that I took notice of the calming and relaxing sounds from the game's soundtrack. Sure, I could have just listened to the whole album on YouTube whenever I wanted to, but it just doesn't feel the same unless you're in Minecraft's atmosphere. Very few things in this world can compare to the feeling of loading into a new Minecraft world, spawning into an unknown yet familiar environment as you punch your first tree, thinking about the journey and adventure that lies ahead. This experience is unlike anything any other game has achieved. And this is why Minecraft is so special. Everything about it was already amazing. The music was just the cherry on top of everything. When I loaded into my first Xbox One world, it was like I never left. Even though 2 years had passed, even though I was now in middle school, I felt the same magic I had felt 4 years prior. And just like that, my love and passion for Minecraft was reignited. The years that followed, I spent most of my time playing Minecraft. It consumed my middle school years and became my safe haven to take my mind off the bullying I faced. Every time I needed a mental break from the tremendous amount of stress middle school caused me, Minecraft was always there for me. I eventually switched over to Bedrock Edition once it was released, and Yeah, when I said years, it wasn't that far off of an exaggeration. 2019, though, was the year that really put things into perspective for me. Minecraft was turning 10 years old, and along with it came a resurgence that brought in a new peak for Minecraft. What I had experienced 3 years prior, the entire community was feeling too, with people who took longer breaks than me returning to the game even more confused. The nostalgia I felt when I played Xbox One Edition was nothing compared to how I felt in the summer of 2019. If the Xbox One nostalgia hit me like a car, the Resurgence nostalgia hit me like a freight train. SMP Live was one of my favorite things during this time. It's also how I managed to find out about my favorite YouTuber Jschlatt. His loud and aggressive character made me laugh in times when I needed it most. He's the one that really made me think that the dream I had 10 years ago to make videos was possible to achieve. So Jschlatt, thank you for making this video possible and for reminding me why this game is so special in the first place. On top of all the other shenanigans that went on in 2019, PewDiePie returned to Minecraft and shocked everyone. The last time he played the game, it was in alpha. It became even more apparent when he first discovered horses were in the game, which I found quite hilarious. This was a major event that brought millions of people together to reminisce about their childhood. Revenge even came back in full force, with Creeper All Man becoming a straight up meme. The community was there, the memes were there, and most importantly, the nostalgia was there. This nostalgia, however, was very different in almost every way. 7 years had passed since I first played Minecraft, and that was so hard for me to comprehend. I started playing in 3rd grade, and there I was as a sophomore in high school, contemplating my entire life. So much time had passed, and it flew by so fast. Playing Minecraft during this time gave me a new perspective on life. Watching Minecraft videos became therapeutic, and the ending of Fallen Kingdom hit so differently. The 2019 Minecraft Resurgence was an experience that is best explained by saying, you just had to be there. It was a point in the game's time where the entire community came together and shared memories with one another. And honestly, it's one of my personal favorite time periods in the game's life cycle, and one I'll cherish for a very long time. And that brings us to today. Minecraft is a once-in-a-lifetime game. It's the one game that can unify an entire community of people and stand the test of time. I am so grateful that I have lived during Minecraft's existence. To think that this world has been around for millions and millions of years, and we have existed at the same time as Minecraft. Everyone has their favorite game that they've played. These games have forged bonds with us and given us a place to call home when we desperately needed it. Minecraft is that game for me. It gave me a home during the darkest point in my life and allowed me to make memories I'll always remember. This game, this community is unlike anything I've ever seen before. No matter how many times I get knocked into a ravine, and no matter how many times a creeper blows up my chest, and no matter how many times I say I hate this game out of anger, I always come back. You could say that you're done playing Minecraft, but the truth is, no matter how many years pass, you'll always come back too. We don't stop playing Minecraft, we just take very long breaks. And whether you play it consistently or have that once a year, 1 week Minecraft obsession, you'll always have a home here. This game will always be here when you need it most. I started playing Minecraft when I was 9 years old. I had a big dream with big ambitions. And here I am now, a recently graduated high school senior, making a video on the same game that saved my life. The phrase, "it's just a game," is completely wrong to me. At the end of the day, this big sequence of ones and zeros unknowingly gave me and millions of others memories we'll cherish for the rest of our lives. Minecraft isn't just a game, it's a part of me. It's been 10 years since I first started my journey into this game, and however many years from now, I'll still be mining, I'll still be crafting, the same way I always have been, no matter what happens. Minecraft will always and forever hold a special place in my heart.
This whole journey, the support, the experiences, the people I've met, just the way I am as a person would not be the same without you, the people watching this video.
It is sad when something or someone dies and, there's no way to get around that sadness. And that sadness, might always be with you, but it will fade, it will, lessen over time.
If we reach the end of this thing and all we've looked at is what's directly in front of us, we've really missed out living in the moment.
Not even close, baby! Technoblade never dies! I drop-kicked that child in self-defense. You gotta believe me.
I knew that all this world is, all this game is just a cleverly constructed sequence of ones and zeros, but I knew that in a way, it's a part of me. To me, it's not really Minecraft until that music starts fading in, and I'm pulled back into a world when nothing really mattered, when everything was easy, and when I was happy.